This presentation explains the notebook requirement for our class, how it is used, and what is required. Why a notebook? Because this course is delivered in a computer format, many students wonder what the guided notebook is and if it is necessary. The notebook is necessary precisely because this class does not require a hard copy textbook. Even though the content of the class comes to us through a computer, math is a subject that still takes paper and pencil to understand successfully. We want you to have a notebook that is organized and helpful. This is where you will keep all of your notes for the class, including vocabulary, formulas, sample problems, and definitions, and all of your carefully done work, notes, homework, and progress checks. Yes, you will have the notebook graded before you can take a post-test, but really the notebook is for your benefit. It is the takeaway from this course. Once this class is over, you will not be able to log in to MyLabs Plus, so your notebook will be your reference when you move on to a college-level class. Must I take notes for every module? At the beginning of each module, there is an optional pretest. If you pass a pretest, you do not need to complete the notebook for that module. When should I work on the notebook? If you do not pass the pretest, or opt not to take it, you need to make a copy of the notebook pages for each section of the module you are in. Do this before you begin working through the module. You can print those pages anywhere you have access to a printer. There isn't a printer in the MSc, so you will need to print these pages out before you come to class. What is included in a notebook? The notebook includes printed and filled out guided notebook pages, your work for the homework assignments you complete, and the work for the progress checks you take. The following slides show you an illustration of what the notebook looks like as I describe how to complete each part. For each module that you work through, you will need to make a copy of the guided notebook pages found in your MLP course. You will fill in your guided notebook by reading the e-text and watching the videos. The examples in your notebook come from the e-text and videos, so the answers can be found there. Be sure to fill out every question completely. Also write down your own questions as you are working so you can get them answered by your instructor, one of the facilitators, or a tutor. After completing the guided notebook, next complete the homework. On your own paper, you will need to label each assignment, number each problem, and write out all of your work and your answers. Make sure your work is neat, organized, and numbered, so when you or your instructor need to find problems or view your work, you can. You enter the answers into the computer to receive feedback. Each progress check needs to be completed exactly the same way. When you are ready to take a post-test, your notebook should include filled-out guided notebook pages, labeled homework pages for each section, and a page or pages for each of the module progress checks. What does a notebook look like? In addition to the previous slides in this presentation, a copy of the notebook example is provided in the list following your syllabus in MLP. If you are in the Math Success Center, the sample notebook is in a binder at the instructor station. Is the notebook graded? Yes, the notebook must be graded before you can take the post-test for a module. Any facilitator or instructor in the MSc can grade your notebook. The grade is based on legibility, neatness counts, organization, are the pages in order, and completeness. Do you have all of the notes filled in and all of the questions answered with work for each problem? You must receive a grade of 80% or above to take the module post-test.